Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Antoinette from smartneedle. I am so excited to show you my latest in the hoop project, the Quilted Color Keeper case applique. It's bright, fun, and perfect for storing your sewing notions, pens, phones, or anything you want to keep tidy in style. And also, we got another giveaway happening too. So be sure you watch until the end to find out how to enter. Let's get stitching. All the materials I use for this project are listed down in the description below, including the fabrics, batting, and all the little extra details that really make a project unique and special. I also wanted to show you how I created the patchwork for this case. I started by cutting 2 inches wide fabric strips from different fabric patterns to give it that colorful scrappy look. After that, I sliced the strips into 2 inches squares to build the patchwork. And here they are, all our little fabric squares, cut and ready to be laid out into a fun patchwork pattern. As you can see, I already laid them out, ready to be stitched together. Feel free to play around with the squares until you find a color combination that you really like. Here I am stitching the squares together row by row. Once all the rows are done, I will join them one at a time until I have a complete piece of patchwork fabric. Okay, let's start our project by hooping 2 layers of tearaway stabilizer. This will give our case the sturdiness it needs. Once that is in place, go ahead and run the first spool color over the stabilizer. Now you are going to cover the stitch guideline with 1 or 2 pieces of cotton batting. Why 2 pieces? Because I tried them both, and for the larger hoop size, using 2 layers of batting give the case a super cute cushy look, and I love how it turned out. Now we're going to cover the whole batting area with a pattern fabric of your choice. That pattern fabric will be also the same fabric as the lining for the case. Running your embroidery machine to do the tack down stitch to attach that fabric to the project. The next spool color, it will give you a guideline. That's exactly where the patchwork fabric is going to be. Grab your patchwork fabric or any fabric you have chosen for your case and add heat and bond to the back. In my case, I use 2 smaller pieces because I'm running a bit short for the heat and bond, but it worked perfectly. Once it's in place, iron both sides of the fabric to make sure the heat and bond is fully adhered and stays nice and secure. Now go ahead and remove the paper backing from the heat and bond and lay your fabric over the applique guideline, making sure it's fully covering the stitch area. We're going to take the piece of fox leather that measures about 2 inches wide by 4 inches long and round one end of it. Then you can add the plastic snap. Just like you see in the video, you also notice a small embroidery placement mark. That's exactly where you're going to let it down before stitching. Keep running your machine to do the tack down stitch, which will secure both the leather tab and the patchwork fabric in place. Then carefully cut all around the stitch line to trim away the excess fabrics and get a clean finish. Next spool color will stitch the second applique guideline right at the center of the case. Once that's done, add a piece of pattern fabric over the area. Just make sure you also have heat and bond on the back so it adheres nicely when pressed later. Keep running your machine to do the tack down stitch to attach that little piece of fabric to the project. Then you're going to go all around the stitch line. The next spool color will stitch the quilting pattern, which is a cute checker design. It helps keep all the fabric layers secure, attached, and adds a lovely texture to the case. The next spool color will do the blanket applique stitch on all the edges of both patchwork fabric and the little center fabric as well. Now grab your mesh fabric. This step is optional, but it adds a nice touch. I added a little fabric border to the edge of the mesh using my sewing machine. You can do it by hand as too. If you rather skip the border, you can simply fold the top edge of the mesh over a couple times and sew a single straight stitch to keep it in place. We also added a small piece of fox leather with a metal hook, which give it that extra detail and function. We are going to lay down the mesh fabric, just as is shown in the video. On top of the mesh fabric, place your lining fabric. Make sure the wrong side is facing you. This way, when you turn the case inside out later, the pretty side of the fabric will be on the inside. This step is very important. Before you run your machine again, make sure to fold the fox leather tab towards the center of the project. Then place the mesh and lining fabric over it, just like you see in the video. You can hold the tab in place with a piece of paper tape to keep everything secure while stitching. Then go ahead and run your last spool color. This will create the final closing stitch line to attach all the layers of fabric together. The stitch line will leave an opening at the bottom of the project, so you can turn your case inside out once it's done. When the stitching is complete, unhook your project and get ready for trimming and turning. Now you are going to cut all around the stitch line, leaving about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. At the opening, be sure to leave the fabric a bit longer. This will make it easier to tuck the edges in neatly when we close the case later on. Then turn your pouch inside out, taking your time to shape all the corners nicely for a clean finished look. You can see it's already looking so cute. Now just tuck the fabric in at the bottom opening of the project and sew a straight stitch line to close it up. Or if you prefer, you can close it by hand as well. As you can see, I got a little too excited and jumped ahead. I already added the plastic snap and the cute handmade tag before ironing the case. Oops. So I just make sure that you give the whole project a good press first before adding any final details. And here they are, so cute and adorable. I stitch up 2 of the sizes, but remember, 4 sizes are included in this set. Just look at all the fun things you can fit inside. These make perfect craft show projects, thoughtful gift, or even something special just for yourself. You can also leave the mesh pocket open or divide it into 3 sections like I did. I just stitch a couple of straight lines, sizing them based on whatever goodies you plan to tuck inside. Our new giveaway is here. I am giving away 6 beautiful embroidery thread spools along with a pack of 12 colorful peel spool huggers to keep them neat and tangle free. To enter, just leave a comment below. That's it. I will randomly choose one lucky winner and reply to their comments to let them know they have won. Giveaway terms. No purchase necessary. Giveaway ends July 11 at midnight Pacific Standard Time. One winner will be selected from the comments. This giveaway is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by YouTube. By entering, you are agreed to YouTube community guidelines and the official rule listed in the description box below. Good luck and thank you for being part of a Smart Needle family. Cases are bursting with color, charm, and personality, each one as fun to make as it is to use. Whether you fill them with sewing notion, pens, iPhones, or goodies on the go, they are sure to brighten your day. They really make such a thoughtful gift, and with 4 sizes included, there's one for every need of every bag. Design it with love and stitch with joy. Thank you so much for creating with me today, here at the Smart Needle.